the game he was mentioning, his first ever game he went to, was actually a 4-3 result. That's why he was passing on the message that he nearly died during the game, because it was so exciting. So as you can see, even your performance to the players, your performance on the pitch is a recruitment driver. You know, the game was so good that we got Robert out of it, at least, apart from the 3 points, because we actually won on the day. So, see, that is a question also of fate, coming at the right time with the right result. This is our setup for the senior futsal squads, which are composed of, as Michael said before, our senior team and our under 21 squad. We have two familiar faces, which is Boyjo and Kenneth, and we are being, we've had an addition from abroad, Damien Shaw, who's be a futsal technical director, and he'll be explaining a bit more what his job in the club will be.
Good morning, everybody. So Justin asked us to talk about what's been in the past, what we've got planned for this year. Obviously I'm new, so I'm trying to give you a bit of introduction to my background. Is this working okay? Okay. So back in 2006 I started my own club. So listening to Justin's speech at the start, I had a lot of similarities, a lot of the same challenges in setting up my own club. This was a futsal only club. My aims for that club match a lot of what Swieqi United has. The ambition, the sustainability, the developing a whole club philosophy. So I see a lot of what I tried to do in England, now here in Swieqi United. I was 8 years in that club, then I moved to Spain. I had an opportunity to go to Spain and learn my trade. Futsal is quite a new sport in Malta, in England. We all know that Spain, Brazil, Portugal, these countries, futsal is very well advanced. So at some point in my life I knew I needed to go to Spain and learn from the best and the top coaches and the top clubs. So in Spain I did my UEFA B license, UEFA A license, and had 3 really good years there, learning a lot about the philosophy, how they involve futsal in football and how they don't. Actually it's quite separate in Spain, but that time in Spain led me to England. I went back to my home country and was involved in a club there for 2 years. In those 2 years we made a lot of progress. We set up a futsal club from scratch and became one of the most respected clubs certainly in the region of England. We had 140 kids in our futsal academy only, and that club had a great future. Fortunately things didn't work out quite so well, the club's ideas changed, and that's possibly one of the dangers of being part of a football club. So why did I come to Swieqi? So once I left my club in England, and it was Timmy actually who got in touch with me and told me about the project, told me about what they're doing and why they want to do it. So I came here because, what I said earlier, the visions of the club, the ambitions of the club, and the fact they want to be sustainable, and it's a one club philosophy. My aims here are to make the futsal section of the club one of the best in Europe. In football, there's a lot of distance to travel to be one of the best clubs in Europe. But futsal, I'm not saying it's easy, but the route is certainly shorter. For example, we're in the Premier League, so winning that would put us into the Champions League. And I don't see any reason why Swieqi United can't be challenging for the last 16, last 4 in Europe in the next 5 or 10 years. Maybe that's a bit ambitious, but we're an ambitious club, I think, so we're going to aim there, and the closer we get, the better. A lot of that success will come from an academy that we're going to start. Obviously at the moment we have the seniors, we have the under-19s. But to develop a successful future we need an academy. So I've got experience in setting up an academy in England, I've seen it all in Spain. I want to build something at Swieqi United that can create players for the futsal team. But also in doing that, we're going to create different players within the football academy that may go on to represent Swieqi football, Swieqi futsal, maybe even go on for play for the national team and go abroad. So yeah, basically that's a bit of my plan, my vision. I really don't see why Swieqi United can't become a leader in the futsal area. Justin talked about marketing, and I think that's massive. And already we've got quite a reach into European futsal. People are starting to know about us. You know, I want to keep growing that and become one of the top teams in Europe.
Bonjour, senior team futsal. First, I want to say something about the past 2 years. We reached top 4. We played playoff, semi-final for the cup. Successful 2 years. Now the new season, it's coming with the new players. We reach already some history moment for the clubs, but it's time for a change. And the new season, like I said, coming with the new players. Unfortunately, the new players here in Malta, the local players, coming with not good futsal education. As you know, futsal is a very difficult game. And this will slow down the process for me and the club to create a very good team immediately. It needs time. We start the pre-season already, the players are motivated, ready to learn. I can say that we select the best we can take at the moment. I'm very happy that we're starting the Futsal Academy because the future is there. At the moment, we have an issue we have to strengthen the team with more foreigners. Everything is okay. We have all the conditions to make good trainings. My wish this year is to create more history moments, to reach the higher place as possible, and to make all the people here to be proud with the futsal team, following the club philosophy and motto. I want to wish more and more, to win, wish more and more. Thank you.
Good morning to all. Kenneth Fiteni, under 21 futsal coach, and this will be our third season in the futsal scene. We are doing the transition year. We are trying to go from under 21 to under 19s. This means that this year we have lowered the average age of the team. Average age of our team is now around 18 years. We are competing in the Premier League as well, so it will be a very much more difficult year this season. Last season there was the Maltese champions that managed to qualify from the first round of the Champions League, so I mentioned the level of the futsal. We have introduced 3 new kids, 15-year-old and 2 16-year-olds to the game. So we are quite happy with that. Hopefully we'll be having more people, especially coming from Swieqi Academy in the next seasons, to continue our tradition. Our aim is simple, it's not winning games, but to develop players, to learn the futsal game, and then they will be able to play with the Boycho and the first team, trying to win the league for Swieqi United. For me, it will be a very difficult season, but thanks to these 2 gentlemen next to me, it will be a great opportunity for me and my players to learn from them and the players they have. We started pre-season 2 weeks ago. Our season starts around October, so we are on the right track. Hopefully, we keep on developing players, and then, as I said before, in the future, more players from the academy can be able to join our futsal team. Thank you all.
Before we leave, I wanted to just highlight a bit, especially since you were all quite efficient with your time. The pattern. At senior level, men's football, what was not mentioned technically was that they are going to be a team of 4 coaches. There is Rodney and Gordon that are concentrating on the senior squad, and Gilbert and Nick that are focusing on the 19s. But they're working as one team. So Rodney is overseeing everything, and obviously, as Gilbert said, the idea is the same. Here we have something similar as well, as you can see, where we have Kenneth, who's a very good coach when it comes to development. We've been very impressed with him in the past. This is why we always wanted to be part of our setup, because we need to develop youth players. What maybe didn't mention is that for the first time next year there's going to be an under-19 national team of futsal. So our investment 2 years ago to start off is going to put us in the forefront, so we'll hopefully reap the benefits even before we knew that there's going to be a team. Okay? But ultimately the idea is to then move them over at the senior level, where there's a Boycho, who is an extreme professional. So that is where, the players have to understand that the ones that are at the senior level, they have to decide, are they going to remain amateur, or they're going to amateur in terms of mindset, or they're going to take a more serious approach. And with him in charge, there is no doubt about that. And as you've heard also from Damon, we have somebody that has a vision. That vision he had before he joined Swieqi. He now joined Swieqi that has a similar vision. And one thing that encouraged me when I saw his presentation before he even met us, because he sent us a presentation with a vision, is the fact that yes, for him, and as maybe for us as well, there is no limit. He's going to go forward as far as he can. And when I go back 10 years, I can simply say that some people are telling us you're going to start a club while you're surrounded by Luxor, Melita, Pembroke, and San Juan. It's not going to work. But it did. And it did because we planned and sought out our vision. And I don't talk about other clubs, but they know where we are now. So let us not be limited by the benchmarks of other people. Let's keep on going forward. So thank you all. And we can move on to the next point on our agenda, which is our academy.